Hi everyone, welcome back to AI Incarnation. In the last video, we have installed N8N on our local system using Docker as well as Node.js. Now let's explore how to use N8N interface, understand its core concepts like nodes, and create a first automation workflow using Webhook. By the end of this video, you will know what nodes are and how they work, how to use the manual trigger and Webhook nodes, and how to automate a workflow that responds to external request. So let's get started. In N8N, workflow are built using nodes, but what exactly a node is? A node is basically a building block of N8N that performs a specific action such as receiving data, processing it, or sending it to somewhere else. Nodes are connected to create automation workflows. There are three types of nodes in N8N: trigger node, action node, and flow control nodes. A trigger node is a node that starts a workflow. For example, it can be a manual trigger or a webhook. Action nodes are something that process or modify the data, basically set, function, API calls, etc. Flow control nodes are managed logic, conditions, and loop, etc. For example, if we are having if loop, switch, or merge, those will be called as flow control nodes. Now let's use some of these nodes to build our first workflow. Okay, let's start by creating a simple workflow using a manual trigger. So for this, we will click on add a node and we will search for a manual trigger. A manual trigger is a simple way to start a workflow manually. It doesn't wait for any external events like emails or API requests. It just run when you click on this execute workflow. And the next thing we will add to our workflow is a set node. That is basically an edit field. The set node let you define a static data inside your workflow. This is useful when you want to create a simple data or modify existing data before sending it to another service. So for now, we will use a manual trigger, and after that manual trigger, we have added a set node. And in this set node, we will be passing some manual data, that is key underscore demo, and that will be a string. You can change it to any other thing like number, boolean, array, an object. For now, we'll keep it as a string. The value will be hello N8N. That's it. So we have created a simple workflow using N8N, and we are good to test this workflow now. So to test this workflow, we'll simply click on this test workflow button. Once we click on this, it will execute and it will give us the output. You can see that the output is simple, hello N8N, and it is having a key that is key underscore demo. This was a JSON format as the output, so we are having a key value pair. Okay, now let's automate our task using webhooks. Now let's make our workflow dynamic by replacing the manual trigger with a webhook trigger. A webhook is a special type of trigger that starts a workflow when it receives a HTTP request. It is commonly used to integrate with other applications. For example, if you have a contact form on your website, you can use a webhook to send the data or form directly to your N8N workflow. To add a webhook node, we will simply click on this node button and we'll search for a webhook. Okay, so we have added a webhook to our N8N workflow. Now we will connect this webhook to a set node as we have done in a manual trigger, but this time it will be run using a webhook. So we will add this node and we will add the same thing, that will be a key underscore name underscore webhook, and the value will be same, hello N8N. That's it. To test this webhook, we need to make sure that we click on this test workflow, and here we can see that there is a get request URL. We can copy this and go to the browser and hit enter on this one. So you can see that we have a message workflow has started. If you go back to your N8N workflow, you can see that the workflow is completed and the output is same. The key is key name underscore webhook and the output or the value is hello N8N. So this is the same workflow that we did using a manual event as well as using a webhook URL. We just built a automated workflow that gets triggered by a webhook. Now let's save this workflow using a name that we have already given, Webhook N8N demo, and we have saved it. We can use it for later references. So today we have learned two workflows. One is using a manual trigger and the second one is using a webhook. That's it for today. In the next video, we will learn how to connect N8N through APIs and how to automate Google Sheets. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more automation tutorials. Thank you.